Okay, now this is the theory of them performing together. This is the theory of them performing together. This is funny because I found so much stuff to this. But I said that, I mean, I ain't said nothing yet, but, well, I did make a theory about this already, but Jay came out three times. Jay did not come out the third time. And I'm going to tell y'all how last night, yesterday, the last day of the performance, because I'm recording this on the 27th. Yesterday, the last day, I'm gonna highlight how three is being highlighted so much. I'm telling y'all, three is being highlighted so much. Jay performed at night three. Then he performed at Atlanta Night 3. Atlanta Night 3. Then he performed Atlanta Night 4. Atlanta Night 4. Y'all see where I'm going? Okay, now y'all probably like, okay, well, if he performed at Paris Night 3 and Atlanta Night 3, why did he do Night 4 if 3 is the main number? Las Vegas only had two nights. I say it right here. I said him doing it on night 4. 4 is their favorite number. They got it tatted on their hands. They got it tatted on their finger. That is their favorite number. That was done on purpose because Vegas doesn't have three nights. Vegas only had two nights. But let me tell y'all how she incorporated three in Vegas night two, the last night. Let me tell y'all how she incorporated that. And I just found this out earlier, so it's not on here. She brought out Destiny's Child. Well, she is Destiny's Child too, but she brought out Kelly and Michelle. It was Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle. Three of them. She brought three. Come on now. Come on now. She didn't make a night three, but she brought them two out to make it three. These are hinting at act three. Like, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. People was happy, like, yeah, yeah, Destiny's Child. She brought, this Destiny's Child. I'm looking at it like, hold on, it's three of them. See how my mind was on some different stuff because I'm like, it's three of them. She didn't have no night three, but it's three of them on night two. She brought him out three times, being night four because night two. I mean, because Vegas didn't have no night two. So she brought him on the same day as their favorite number. You can't make this stuff up. I'm telling you, you can't make this stuff up. Okay, right here, this was when somebody made a post. Kyle. I don't know who he is, but I ended up coming across his post by mistake when I was looking for something else. And then he talked about Renaissance and try to, what's the name, say what Renaissance was. But what caught my eye was when he brought up Act 3, said it was a collaboration with Jay-Z. She brought Jay-Z out and they both was on stage. I don't know if she brought him out one of them nights and she wasn't out there. I'm not sure. But the ones that I did see, they was on stage together. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it's true, but that could, if it's not a collaboration album, it could. Now they said a collaboration. They said a collaboration with Jay-Z. They didn't say that the whole album would be Jay-Z, would be her and Jay-Z. But if my speculation is right, because it wasn't specified, this will make everybody think it's a collaboration album. I feel like he could be on there. If it gotta be one song, I feel like he could be a feature on that album. And this was a teaser to throw us off, to make us think. On top of this being posted 2 years ago, what I might add, November 17th, 2022, being posted, it said collaboration. Collaboration could be a single, it could be a whole album, but they just said collaboration. That could be a single on there. I feel like this was a hint at it being a single. And I'm gonna tell y'all why I think it's just a single and not like it being a full collaboration album, because first of all, they already did a collaboration album, and I don't think Beyonce is going to do it again, but you never know. But like I said, I don't think it's no collaboration album. Like I said, I'm gonna tell y'all why. This is a part of her trilogy. I feel like he's gonna be on there. She had features for Act 1, Act 2, well, she only had the main feature that I know for Act 2, Act 1 was Kendrick. But let's go right here. This is like the Super Bowl. I'm making sure nothing down here. This is like the Super Bowl stuff. Kendrick was rumored to be a part of the 2025 Super Bowl. It was a rumor at first. September of 2024 came around and it was confirmed that he will be doing the Super Bowl on February 9th, 2025. Kendrick dropped a surprise album with no promotion, nothing. He dropped a surprise album on Friday, November 22nd of 2024. A couple months after it was announced that he was doing the Super Bowl, which was also a promotion for the Super Bowl, which a lot of artists do. They are most likely promoting something. So I said that his Super Bowl performance was already planned out before Not Like Us, because everybody would probably think he got it because of Drake and all that stuff. But I feel like it was planned before that. But I also feel like In America Has a Problem that he was taking shots at Drake already. in the industry, because I think he incorporated the industry that Drake is now suing in that song as well. He said a lot of stuff. I can't remember everything that he said in there, but if you go listen to it, you start thinking about it. Like, hold on, he was in like one of the background things where he said it, like, cause he had like they had a vocal stack, like you would be rapping on top, but then you had ad libs. On one of them, he said not us," or something like that. And I'm like, dang, that was like a hint at not like us. Like that was crazy. So I feel like that was like the start of it, but it was already planned for them to do this because, like I said, all of that stuff seemed like it was already scheduled for Act Two from when America Has a Problem came out. America Has a Problem remix came out. Okay, now we going into the Beyonce Bowl, back to the Beyonce Bowl, and I said it was on theme of both the American flag being the teaser, and this is when I say that I feel like it was already incorporated because this would have been the song. This would have been the song or the start of this whole American era. American theme era from both of them. Or it could have been moved too. Like, I don't know. I feel like they working together. So if it could have been like for Act One, if Act One would have been if Act One would have been Cowboy Carter, then I feel like it all would have been scheduled or moved to Act One if they all working together, like in the way that I think that they working together. I'm not sure, but let's go down here because I be trying to make sure stuff done. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss nothing. America Has a Problem remix with Kendrick on there came out in May 23rd, 2023. Not Like Us came May 4th, 2024. He dropped a music video for Not Like Us on July 4th, 2024. That's crazy how that was a year ago. Don't even seem like it was a year ago. Beyonce went on tour May 10th, 2023. She brought him out on her birthday, September 4th, 2023. I think that was 2023. Yeah, it was 2023 because it's 2020. I don't know why I was thinking it was something else. This year it was crazy because I don't know, I was just doing anything, but I had bet that both of their albums were gonna win. I didn't know that Beyonce was gonna win album of the year. I just put it in the bid. I don't know, so I'm just like, let me just put it in. I put it in. I didn't know that Not Like Us was gonna win either, but I was like, hold on, because Not Like Us was like a universal song. Like everybody was listening to it. Everybody was like, everybody that I know, black, was listening to it. That was like a song that was just on repeat. It played so much that people started to say they got tired of like that type on replay. But both of them had one, and I had one a bit that same night. I think I had one like $200 from off of that. That was crazy. That was crazy. Then they turned around and did the Beyonce Bowl, Super Bowl, and then they start going out on tour. I was like, I tried to go to Kendrick tour, but I just made the Cowboy Carter tour. I couldn't go to Kendrick. It was over. It was over. My pockets was already through from the Cowboy Carter tour. But I was trying to go to both because I'm like, hold on, they both won me some money this year off they work. I was like, I gotta go to both tours, but I couldn't make it to Kendrick, but I did make it to B, and I'm sick I couldn't make it to Kendrick's because I wanted to go. But here, this another thing I incorporated when I said that the Beyonce Bowl happened a few months before Kendrick Super Bowl. Then right here, they both went on tour. That's when I added this Cowboy Carter tour, GNX tour. Oh, this is when I highlighted. Hold on, let me see. It might not go back. I'm just gonna put it like this. This is when I highlighted how when the Kendrick Super Bowl started, he said the revolution is about to be televised. This was just the televised version of him bringing awareness to the revolution in an art form way. And then Beyonce Cowboy Carter tour, it say the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be live. Revolutionary era right now. But her highlighting that in Act 2, going into Act 3, this is why I say her art aligns with the time. Like in times, like it's crazy how her art aligns with time, and that's why she'll always be relevant because her art just aligns with time. Like it's just natural, it comes natural. But we're going into a revolutionary time. Well, we already in a revolutionary time, but she's about to go into the revolutionary time to where it's going to be Act 3. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be like the Super Bowl for Kendrick really, highlighted his revolutionary time. But I found it crazy how in his Super Bowl one big worldwide performance, he said the revolution is about to be televised, but through the whole tour, Beyonce highlighted the revolution will not be televised. It will be live in action, in real time, no phones, no internet, none of that. It's going to be live. That's a whole tour, 32 shows, I think, to be exact, where she does that, where that comes up. This was a teaser. He did his revolution on TV already, or live already. She highlighted it, but I feel like Act 3 is going to be where it be televised. But like I said, we already in a revolutionary time, and in this act, she also highlights that you need to free your mind when I said something about them TVs. The TVs being stacked. I sound ghetto when I just said about them TVs. Alright, this was something that I just added, but in 8, you know the rest. In a song 8-ish, he said, I said no to the Super Bowl. You need me, I don't need you. Every night in the end zone. To the NFL, we in stadiums too. This was 7 years ago when he said that in 8. But now they say that Jay is over who, I don't know how true that is. Because he could just be a part of it and giving ideas of who could be in it. But I also think that he played a role in Kendrick. I'm not saying he did, but I'm just saying that's just a theory by, being Kendrick doing the stuff in the same era. I feel like he suggested that Kendrick should do it, and that's what happened. Because like I said, it's all a connection back to Beyonce. So him saying that 7 years ago, then now him being a part of that, and then that's crazy because I didn't even like fathom that Jay haven't did a Super Bowl. Not that I could think of. I didn't even think about that because he been like out of music or behind the scenes of everything for so long. Because I feel like he was like, y'all must have forgot. Like I'm about to do my return. Like I'm about to come out. Okay, let me see because I want to do stuff a little at a time. So this was the same thing that happened to Kendrick last year, where it was a rumor. It was a rumor, and then it ended up coming out to be true. See, Kendrick had the same rumor last year, and he, like I said, I didn't pay attention, and he was the one that haven't did the Super Bowl yet. And if he did, I don't remember. So y'all can probably tell me, but I don't remember. Okay, right here, the Super Bowl is on the 8th of 2026, February 8th, 2026. Right here, I added say historically the main performance for the Super Bowl halftime show is usually announced sometime in September of the year preceding the Super Bowl. And I said they mostly announce in September. So if it's true and him coming out for the Cowboy Carter tour was a teaser, an album could be coming as well. That's what I said right there. So I feel like it's like a teaser and people thinking like it's like a throw off because it's probably like, oh, him saying, going back to him saying a collaboration with both of them, people will probably think, oh, it's a collaboration album. But I think it's probably just like a feature because I feel like Act 3 could probably have some rap in it too. Because think about it, you go back to my house. I was thinking that it could be Cowboy Carter because Cowboy Carter got spaghetti and all of that in there. But then I was thinking like, hold on, spaghetti got red in it too. So I don't know. Then we had Sweet Honey Buckin'. Sweet Honey Buckin'. That's 3 words. The last word is when she start rapping. She start rapping on the 3rd word. Come on now, Sweet Honey Buckin'. She started rapping on the 3rd word. I feel like it's gonna be some type of rap incorporated in Act 3. It could be like Everything Is Love coded coming back. I'm not sure, but I feel like it's gonna be a collaboration song with both of them. And I feel like his Super Bowl announcement is gonna be announced in September sometime. If he's confirmed to be performing there, him coming out for the Cowboy Carter tour was just a warm up. He's basically that was just basically him telling y'all he coming. He's gonna drop his separate album, but they are gonna have a collab song on her 3rd album. And I feel like it was also a throw off because we still don't have well, I'm not gonna say don't have because it's not like planned out that we gonna get it, but they stopped at On the Run 2. Like On the Run 2 tour and all of that. So that's probably why people think, oh, he might be on the 3rd album or he might not be on another. Like when I had posted that or something, I've seen people was like, I don't want that. I'm like, but I don't think they did a collaboration album. I think he's going to be on a feature on the song. Because the last time they featured on the song, I think was Black is King. I think that was the last feature that they had together when they was featured on the song. And I'm gonna have to incorporate how that, like, had to talk about that later too, on how that I feel like that plays a role or two. Because all her albums, all her past albums play a role, and that's another reason why I feel like she do the past, the present thing in this. Okay, now let's keep going. And this is when I highlight. You remember the Levi commercial? Y'all remember the Levi commercial? The chapters, like a book, right here. I say, hold on, let me make sure it's not. I be trying to make sure I ain't putting it because I be trying to line it up straight. I have to show you how I look at the end. I was just putting it all together to make sure I get all the information I needed to put on here. But right here, it said the Super Bowl for 2026 is going to happen and it's crazy. I find it crazy how this is an X2 and an L. But this is the Levi Stadium in San Francisco Bay Area in 2026. That is when it's coming. And then I say, well, the next Super Bowl performance will be at the Levi Stadium. And I have a really interesting theory. So let's go back to Beyonce of last year. The Halloween Beyonce. When she played, I'm sitting here saying play. When she dressed up as Pamela Anderson, when Pamela Anderson played in Baywatch. And then she ended up changing Bay to B and made it Watch. I feel like that was intentional. Okay. And then I said I find it crazy how it'd be in San Francisco, the Bay Area. Now I'm not saying it's the same thing because I don't think the Baywatch was supposed to be like the highlight of the Bay Area, but the words, like the wordplay is just what I'm paying attention to. But I also went and looked it up and they said yes, the Levi Stadium is located in San Francisco Bay Area. And I said it right here, so I feel like her changing the words from Bay to B was a hint to throw it off. Come on now, it's in the Bay Area, and then she intentionally did her Halloween costume of last year, which nobody would think of. But after I seen Bay Area, it took me back. It was like, hold on, B Watch, Bay Watch. It took me back to that, and she had on red. And I'll tell y'all, this lady do her research. It's crazy. This lady do her research, and she intentionally do stuff like. You gotta have an out of this world mind to figure this stuff out. But I'm all up in her mind. No, that was just a perfect time to do that. That was corny, but that was a perfect time to do that. I'm just trying to make sure it's nothing else. Okay, now if y'all look at all the dates, September 30th, 2024 was the first one. February 24th, 2025 was the second one. April 14th, 2025 was the third one. But I said I don't think the Levi commercials are done. I theorize that it could be two more looking at the dates. Because I looked it up and it said that they could have more. Oh, I see it right here. It said, yes, it's highly likely that there will be more Beyonce X Levi commercials in the future. Crazy how they said in the future. But right here, I just theorize the old to the new, to what I think it could be. First one, September 30th, 2024. 5 month gap. Then the second one came, second commercial, February 24th, 2025. Almost 2 month gap, which was the same thing that happened between the Kendrick Bowl and the Beyonce Bowl. That was a 2 month gap, almost a 2 month gap. The third commercial was April 14th, 2025. And then I end up counting 5 months and theorized that the next one could come on a year. But recently, when I was looking at X yesterday, and like I said, also the same month the Super Bowl performance will be announced. I said that's what I theorized when I looked up when the first one was, because I thought it was like, hold on, they could do one on the anniversary of when the first one came out, but that would probably be too obvious. Because it was too obvious for me. But it ended up coming out. I was on X yesterday and they said that it was a hint or a date that they seen somewhere where it said that the next one could be coming on August 8th. That's even sooner than when I theorized. What's this month? That's next month. Oh, I just noticed we only a couple days away from next month. That's crazy. I didn't even realize that till now. That's next month. So I was even further away than it would be, like, too obvious though for it to be coming. I feel like it could be two more because it being forced too obvious. Like, I feel like another one is coming, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. Well, y'all already about know if you already got a feel of where I'm going. But I said a 5 month gap. Like I said, this is all what I theorized, and I feel like the next one could be on the Super Bowl, February 8th. It could be more than 5. That's just my theory though. But I said this is my Delulu timeline. And then when I say go right here, highlights all three of them. And this one I said, yeah, when they said more could be coming. And then I said this is a perfect marketing strategy. And it doesn't sound too far off from what Beyonce would do. Come on now. They announced in September who will be performing at the Super Bowl. I said, being that it's speculated that Jay could be doing the next Super Bowl in the same stadium named after the company she's working with, and Jay being over the Super Bowl performance every year, so he would know who, when, and where it will be. Makes you think. I didn't put the correct punctuation right there, but I said it makes you think. Makes you think that there can't be no coincidence. He know where the Super Bowl gonna be held. He probably even suggests to have it here. Ain't no telling. It's not no telling. Okay, but then I say right here, I said, now would there be a collab? We'll just have to wait and see. But all I know is that something is coming. And whatever it is, I know Act 3 she will go out with a bang. I know Act 3 she go out with a bang. And then this was also another theory that I had. I said, I don't know if nobody paid attention to this, but one day I was just looking. I'm like, she like, you can't see the stars. I'm like, you can't see the stars. You cannot see the stars. I'm like, well, she hiding the stars at the top of the flag. The stars are the main thing that, the blue square with the stars. It's like the main thing that highlights the American flag. She took the stars and put them on her website for the tour. It's probably not all the stars that's on the website, but this was like a short tour anyway, going to the same city multiple times. But she put them on her website. She hid the stars intentionally. I feel like that was intentional. Come on now. Then she had them on her website, and then every tour that I had to do it, I did it at the perfect time. I wanted to wait because I didn't want to do it while the pictures were still on the stars. Every time she would finish a show, the picture would disappear and the star would turn white. I had to wait when the tour was over, and the tour ended last night. So this was the perfect time to do it. I just added this today too before I just started recording, and then I say Act 3 loading. That was it. Now let me show y'all the whole thing. I want to show y'all the whole thing so y'all can see how little I did it to where that's why I had to keep check to see if there was more. Go back to the beginning. These are big ones. This is how much I did. This is everything. I just went over everything, and I've been recording this for about an hour. That's crazy. It's been an hour and some change. It might be shorter than that because I gotta edit. But yeah, this was everything. Everything that I added, everything that I talked about. That's why I kept checking up and down to make sure it wasn't nothing. That's why I try to keep it going straight, but I end up going all over the place in the beginning. But I end up keeping it straight somewhat here. But yep, that was everything. This is all my theories, everything that I put together. I don't know if I added it, but I also said that in Sinners. I think I said this part, but in Sinners they had Cadillac Records teasers in it, and then in this one, yeah, I did say it because I said something about Etta. But in this one, she went back and incorporated Cadillac Records stuff, and it was incorporated in Sinners. That's why I feel like they all working together. But do another video on how I feel like Jordan Peele, Ryan Coogler, Kendrick, all of they, if they not working together, then all of they work is just revolutionary in the right time. I don't know, because Jordan Peele dropped the Note movie that was like 2022, but I looking at his old work like Get Out and stuff like that, I could really make another video on how I feel like some stuff that I seen made me think about, hold on now. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that correlates, that collides. Like I said, it could be a coincidence that stuff collides, but I feel like all of this stuff is revolutionary in the way it connects. But yeah, this is the end. Act 3 is loading. We about to go into Act 3 after the film, if we get a Cowboy Carter film. When we get a Cowboy Carter film, also want to let it know that I think I want to let it be known that I think, and I want to put in my theory now before it happened. I already know when you go on Instagram, when you go on for Say Lumiere, Say Noir, all of that stuff came around. It was teased or promoted around October, I think. October 24th to 25th, around them times. And I feel like another fragrance is coming, and I feel like this fragrance will be bronze because of that copper color of what the original Statue of Liberty is supposed to be. I could talk about how I seen that Beyoncé is also a Statue of Liberty in the interlude, and how she hid it behind the triangle, but you could actually see it too, and how she incorporated Statue of Liberty all through Cowboy Carter. You just have to pay attention and look and see, but also how she is taking back Statue of Liberty, how she made the Statue of Liberty a black woman in the Cowboy Carter era, and how I feel like she's taking it back. Also, when you look at a penny too, a penny is like a copper colored. If you look at the brand new penny versus the old penny, let me show you. You look at the old penny versus the new penny. The old penny is brown, but it was first copper colored brown, whatever. I mean bronze, whatever you want to say. So yeah, I feel like the next bottle could be bronze because bronze is close to red and bronze is close to our skin color, which is what the Statue of Liberty should be. On top of the Statue of Liberty should be a black woman. And yeah, that's why Beyonce incorporated a black woman in the on the Statue of Liberty that she brings out at the end of the show. It is also why she made the Statue of Liberty gold instead of bronze, because I feel like she's going to incorporate the bronze color in Act 3. I don't know if it would be the Statue of Liberty being bronze. I'm not sure. But all I know is that Act 3 is going to be legendary. This whole trilogy is already legendary in itself. And it's going to be the grand finale. So I know she's going to go out with a what? Bang. But yeah, so I feel like Act 3, I also want to say that I feel like Act 3 is going to be her taking back black history. I know we feel like she did that in Cowboy Carter, but I feel like it's going to be even more revolutionary than what it is, because I also theorize that she's going to be using the Black American Heritage flag. Somebody made a post on X and said that on the stage, Beyonce highlighted all of her flags from her heritages, her roots, but her family roots, and the only flag that I did not see, which is a flag that doesn't get highlighted enough, is the Black American Heritage flag. On top of, if you go back in the video and look at or you could just look it up yourself, because I put up the artist's name, or you could just look up the Four Horsemen. When you look at the Four Horsemen painting, the one that I specifically put at the beginning of this one, you can see that his hair is red, the horse is red, but he's also wearing he also holds a sword, and the sword is also incorporated in the black and red plus gold, a little bit of gold, Black American Heritage flag, and that sits in the middle of the flag, the sword. So I feel like the sword will be incorporated in Act 3. That is my theory. I can make more videos about this stuff because it's not nothing to me. I love doing this, love breaking down her work, because somebody got to do it. That's what she put it out for us to really dissect. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and until the next one. She gone.